Hey everybody, Matty Ice here, and in today's video I'm going to take you through the Encore Coda mission to where you can find both the Intrinsic and the Catalyst for your acquire of one weapon, as well as the sample specimen for the NES-009. So if you do find this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate if you could like it and subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead and get into it here. Now, starting it off, like always, go ahead and visit Banshee first. It just makes your life a little bit easier. These quests are retroactive, so it doesn't matter if you get it after the fact, but it just makes your life a little bit more peaceful, I guess, calming, reassuring if you do get it first. So go ahead and visit Banshee and grab that. Next, you actually want to go to the helm and talk to Failsafe. You want to go ahead and pick up the weekly story for this week, and you also want to grab the tracking module that she has. This is going to let you get the proximity sensor for the NES-009 sample. You do need to complete part of the story for this week. It's pretty short, it took like 5 minutes, but completing that story progress on Miyamuna will actually unlock the Encore Coda. Otherwise it's going to stay on last week's and you'll not be able to activate the third and final chest. But once you've unlocked Encore Coda, go ahead and load back into the mission, and you're going to pretty much progress as normal. There isn't a whole lot of change from last week, but if you do need to know the full guide, I'm going to have that in the description below, so feel free to check out that video. I'm also going to have last week's in there, so if you need any help as far as what to do, where to go, it's all going to be in there. But first, go ahead and go to this Nexus hub area, and like always, shoot the boxes in order based on that little white box underneath, and that's going to activate this first hub portal area and first kind of mini secret chest. So nothing's changed here from last week. Go ahead and do that and then move on until you get to the second complex area. That's going to be right after you activate the little man cannon area where the first kind of piston is, and before you go up the elevator where the blue module that activates the Vex portals is. Go ahead and activate this complex and head to the portal on your left. Now this is going to be the same one that you did on week 1, and you can see you can actually go ahead and activate that week 1 again. But instead of going over there to the left, you're going to go all the way to the right where you spawned in and talk to Osiris. And over here is going to be a new complex. Similar to week 1, you're going to be put on a 1:30 timer. And instead of shooting a bunch of different Vex plates, you actually have to kill 3 of these Vex Minotaurs. And these Minotaurs are the ones that are annoying and teleport around all the time. I recommend taking them out as quickly as you can up here at the top before they just bounce around the whole map. They can be very annoying, but there is a Vex node that you can shoot if you have all the upgrades that will kind of stun lock them for a few seconds. So I definitely recommend taking advantage of that. It's not necessary, but it can be just a little helpful if they're like teleporting all around. But go ahead and take all those guys out, and that's going to get you the command frame for Intrinsic, and that's the final one, as well as a couple triumphs for data deletion and Discord and discoveries, which is just Encore specific Intrinsic secret chest stuff. One other new thing I wanted to mention is right before you get to the final boss area, when you have to kill this floating Hydra, you'll notice there's a big Cabal here now, and apparently the conductor is able to control some Cabal now. This is going to be the only real new thing that they've added for this week, and you only encounter another version of this in the boss room. So there's one extra one in the boss room. They're not too difficult. They are a little tanky, but again, it's not too bad. So just keep that in mind when you're actually fighting the boss. In final stand form, that's going to spawn an extra Cabal guy you have to kill. But otherwise, keep progressing until you get to the final pre-boss room. This is going to be where the final complex is, like the same one that was before. Go ahead and activate that complex, go to the portal, and this time you're going to actually go to the right. There's a new portal that's opened up finally, and this right one is going to take you to something that looks pretty similar to the first mission you did for Act 1. And it's where you have to bounce that laser beam off different plates to hit little targets. So first thing you do when you get in here is you're going to kill a bunch of Hydra. And I actually brought my friend Bastian for this one just so you could see what it looks like from an outside perspective. This is going to be, again, just bouncing the laser beam off the plates. You want to go ahead and kill everything, and where you killed the Hydra is actually where you're going to be standing to shoot the laser. and you have one green module. Go ahead and dunk that green module at spawn, and then go to this left plate here, and you're going to shoot in the direction of that module. It's pretty simple. As long as you stand at the center of the plate and shoot roughly the center of the target, it's going to bounce in the correct spot. Go ahead and grab that module and go to the complete opposite side of the box. You're shooting all four corners of this box essentially to break it down and get inside. Inside the box.
Oh my god. Fucking samples, man. All of them.
So dunk it there, and then the plate's over here. So once you've dunked on this module spot, go ahead and head to the other spot where you killed the Hydra and shoot again in the direction of that module. It's going to bounce around and deactivate this wall in the back, as well as spawn a bunch more enemies. Go ahead and take out all the enemies, and in that wall it's going to be another green module. Go ahead and pick that up, and you're now going to go and you're going to dunk the second module on the far left spot, and the first one back at the beginning of the room. This is going to spawn two different sets of plates, which, if you can guess, you're just bouncing it off of more plates to hit more of these nodes. So, if you just want to move that one to the front, I can take this one to where it is now.
Oh, okay, well, fuck.
And then back on this plate. And this time you're going to shoot, because you shot that way last time, you're going to shoot this way. Once you've spawned all the plates from those two spots, go ahead and stand again on the plate at the left where you did the first time. And this time you're going to shoot in the direction of the left module. So you're going to shoot in the opposite direction that you did the first time. You're doing the exact same thing, just on the other side now. So go ahead and grab both those modules, put them in the only other two spots you can, which is in the back and the right side of the box. Stand on the other Hydra plate and shoot in the direction of the right side box. Again, this is the direction that you have not shot before, and you want to make sure you're standing in the center of the plate. If you're slightly off center, it won't really bounce right, and you only hit one or two of them, so make sure you're standing in the center of the plate when you shoot. And that's pretty much it for this puzzle. It's not overly complicated, it's just a matter of, knowing what modules to activate. So go ahead and go inside there to pick up your catalyst for the Onslaught refit. It's also going to give you, again, a bunch more triumphs. And inside this box is also the specimen. On this little bar area, it's going to be these little dragon-looking things, and that's your specimen. So go ahead and pick those guys up and go ahead and finish the mission in order to progress several quests and unlock a couple more. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Time's over. Shioma, I am not giving up until we find you. Hold tight. Stay safe.